Hi there, Chris here with a little demo for you all. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to look at Spaz Stix Color Change Airbrush paint in this video. As you can see here, I have 4 little plastic spoons all ready to go, and they have been sprayed with Rust-Oleum's Gloss Black. Now, the whole thing about these spastic paints, these color shifts, is that they really do need to be on a gloss base. Gold to green is the first color we're going to take a look at here, and basically I'm using a Patriot 105. I'm spraying it around 25 psi at around 6 inches away, a little less, a little more, it all depends. And basically I ease the trigger back and I begin a nice even flow of paint. And as you can see, it slowly builds up, and as I'm building up to the final effect, and I get this all in one go here, and I basically just spray it on, and you can see there, I set it aside, allow it to dry. Allow it to dry for about 15 minutes. This stuff does dry pretty fast, all these spastics. Now, these are lacquer-based products, meaning that they are not acrylics. So if you're used to miniature painting and you are used to using regular old miniature paints and stuff like that, these are not going to work with that. And yeah, but as you can see there, that gold-green look really fabulous. Gold to red is the next color we're going to take a look at. And of course, with these spastic paints, these things are really, really watery when you use them. So it is a little bit deceptive, and you don't really need to use any thinners when you're using these things. And if you do, you're going to have to use a lacquer thinner as well. Again, you can see how the gloss on the spoon is important, because as we lay the color down, and we lay it on pretty heavily, really quickly, and you can see I move in this a little bit, and you can see how the gloss picks right back up again, and you can see we got a nice smooth metallic shine on the spoon here. See, it's still pretty wet. And again, I did lay it on somewhat heavily, but again, we built up to it fairly quickly. I'll set that aside, allow it to dry for about 15 minutes, and we come back to it, and you can see now how it has that nice little shine to it, and you can see there's little bits of gold. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, but to the eye sees the gold really easily, and the red shifts, and it almost goes to a purple almost, but it is quite a bit of a red shift in there as well. Really fun stuff, really fabulous. Definitely would, if you're looking for some interesting looks for your models and such, definitely these color shift paints are a lot of fun. They're really easy to use, especially if you've used just regular quantum metallics. Here's Holographic, and again, we have the spoon. Now, the spoon actually has a little bit of an error on the way it dried, and I don't think it really had a part to play in the final thing. I think what I did is, you'll see here as I lay the paint down, I may have oversprayed the paint on, and I probably should have stopped around here, and then I end up going just a little bit further, and I think I ended up putting just a little too much paint down, but you know, live and learn, right? And so here we'll set it aside, allow it to dry for about 15 minutes, and you can see how the holographic effects, and again, the eye really picks up the rainbowing, but again, even on the camera here, you can see there's quite a bit of rainbow, but you know, I think I did put a little bit too much paint down, but it was pretty much consistent with what I had done. But you can see there's a little bit of rough patches on the spoon, and I think that might also play with that as well, because again, I didn't have a perfectly smooth surface on that spoon. Next, we're going to go with green, purple, teal. This is a fun one. I really like this one. This one, immediately after I had shown Steve how this looks on a model, he was, you know, he kind of wished he would go back to his dark Eldar and paint them all this color, because this looks fabulous. This is great. Again, doing the same fashion as I had done, 25 psi, spraying it around 6 inches away from it, laying it on fairly heavily initially. When you start spraying with it, you can kind of tell how much that you should be laying down. We'll set it aside, allow it to dry, and then, oh, this one, like, the camera does not do this justice. This has got all sorts of colors that play. The teal, and it just plays with it so well, and in the corners and stuff, gives it a really alien kind of look. But as you can see, here's our final assortment of spoons. It's as easy as that, guys. These have been a fun product. Give them a try. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that other usual goodness. And I will see you guys later. Oh, also Patreon page too.